Hey Chris, Andy Taylor here, Red Rock Roofing, where we stand for greatness. I'm at 6965 Webster Street here in Arvada, Colorado, just off of Wadsworth. And I'm gonna do a quick inspection video for the roof here. So obviously the roof and gutters for a while now have been, wreaking havoc for sure. So you can see all the fascia that's here is eaten away, the overhang here, and even all the way down there and just all the way across. So these gutters, first and foremost, are all completely rusted. It's one of the more rustier set of gutters that I have ever seen. Now the next thing is that the home is missing drip edge flashing. So drip edge by code is a 2x2 inch L-shaped flange that goes over the fascia and goes back under the shingle like so, and just really encapsulates all the eaves and rakes, and it prevents from any of this stuff going on. So I feel like going forward, putting drip edge on this would be huge. Now these are not seamless gutters. These are moving around pretty good up here. They are definitely the nail bracket gutters, and they should definitely be addressed. Now there is 2 layers of shingles onto this roof. If you can see how easily that just rips away. So it's had felt paper put on top of another shingle roof, and there's all kinds of moss growing. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and continue onto the roof. Now, first thing an adjuster would looking for when getting onto this roof to do a claim for insurance is gonna be collateral damage. Unfortunately, to the soft metals, there isn't a lot of collateral damage up here. There are a couple of indentations here, and this looks a little more mechanical than it does hail on this very thing here. Now, if an adjuster verifies there has been a storm, the next thing you're looking for is called spalding. The front of this home does have quite a bit of granule loss, but for what I can tell is that some of these spots could be considered as hail and spalding. Now the problem is that you need to have 6 to 10 hits per slope on a roof like this. So the front of the home is really the only one that I could find any sort of marks that could potentially look like hail on this roof. Once I go to the back side, this is where I find quite a bit of wind damage. So there are quite a few shingles that have flipped up and whatnot. On this slope alone, there's 18, and there's also a bunch of what we call zippering. So zippering is simply when one shingle lifts up and in turn lifts the next one. So when you get that, that is definitely an issue. What can happen there is this shingle ripping off of can just end up taking a whole line up the roof. A bunch of them over here as well, where the shingle has just been flipping around for days and for years practically. This is a shingle that has that crease on it. That's always one they consider for being wind damage. So boom, as you can see, it's a little more of that over here on the, if you're facing the home left side. Definitely this tree has done a number on some of these shingles as well. What I really want to point out is every piece of metal on this roof is completely rusted out. None of these flues have storm collars, so this has been getting water on the inside here for a long time. Every boot jack up here except for one is completely eaten away and is no longer shedding water the way that it should. I'm going to show you a couple of more of these as well. So over here, just boot jacks are completely eaten away. Now the back awning off of, looks like the back porch here, this is an old school organic 3-tab. This was meant to do what you're seeing on this roof in the landfill. And when it's been doing that, I'm afraid to know that this is the exact same layer of shingles that's underneath all of this. So if it's biodegrading underneath these shingles, I do believe, in my professional opinion, that it is time that this gets a new roof. Tear off both of these layers and give it a new roof. You've got nails that have been emerging for a while, and these metals are no longer holding water out. Again, every gutter across the way is all rusted out completely. Again, here you have no storm collar on the thing here, and that's definitely a big issue. So I would definitely say at this time it's at a point where you need to know what your options are. For lack of a better term, this roof is definitely shot. There's not a lot of ability with insurance, but obviously if it's something that you want to take a shot at, we can certainly help and meet out here on site and hold the adjuster accountable. With all the granule loss and what I'm seeing out here, there's not a lot of hail damage to claim for insurance, but it definitely needs a replacement. Again, Andy Taylor with Red Rock Roofing. I very much appreciate the opportunity to get out here, bring up to speed. I'm going to go ahead and sign off.